like slave. I told your boo she don't gotta behave. Heard that he mad cause he live in a cave. I get him jumping like they in a rave. Oh shit.
Oh wait, shit.
Rated E for Effortless. It's a job occupation you'd never work again in your life. For us, it was fast food. Good old fast food. A greasy cesspool where confrontations start and diabetes is formed. Especially in America. Because I've traveled quite a bit in my life, so I can vouch when I say, us Americans, not the nicest people on the planet. But we've been there, so if you work fast food and give good customer service, you are truly an American hero. Because someone has to do it. So over the summer, we were pushing the brand for the Effortless Summer 19 collection. Everything was going smoothly, sales were doing pretty well, but we thought, it wouldn't hurt to make a little extra money to further invest into the business. And being that we weren't hot girls, OnlyFans wasn't an option. So we set out to look for our first 9-to-5 jobs. The only problem, 0 jobs were getting back to us. 0. I don't know if it was because I was 19 and hadn't had a single job yet on my resume, but no one was trying to hire the kid. But all that changed one day when we got a call from a good friend of ours. Basically, he presented us with our first job opportunity. He told me that his family had just acquired a new fast food business not too far from where I lived, which was perfect since your boy wasn't whipping just yet. He then proceeded to explain they needed people to hire they thought were respectable and hardworking. Rightfully so. So just like that, boom, we got our first job. Shout out to them, man. Much love for the experience. Truly. Mind you, I knew from a young age I never wanted to work fast food just off my mom alone. She would tell me the horror stories of fast food because she tried just about everything when she was younger. She tried it all, retail, all that stuff. Besides fast food, she said that was the one she would just stay away from, she just would never do. So, lead by example. I just kind of followed that. I didn't really want to. But being the optimist and being that it was the first job that called, I accepted the task. Now at first, the job seemed golden because all we had to do was put chicken in a box, serve it, refill the drinks. Why are you pouring it like that? Quiet, you're sick. Fill up the sauce, utensils, occasionally take out the trash and clean the tables after customers finished eating. That app. What's that app called? Cooking Mania. Yeah. It was just like Cooking Mania. Cool.
And on top of that, our boss was a cool dude. His biggest thing was customer service, because customer service is pretty much 90% of the job. And if you have good customer service, it makes things way easier. The interview basically went like this. Alright, so I expect you to give great customer service. The more you do that, the more people will come back. Now, you can do this, right? Yeah. Alright, good. You're hired. For real, bro? Yeah. Now, you're my employee, so obviously, I want you to de-escalate the situation at all times. But if anybody gives you shit and they hop over that counter, you have my permission to fuck them up. Oh yeah. Beds under the counter. So boom, simple job, cool boss, close by, free food, perfect setup. Wrong. Basically, things got old really quick. It was the same thing over and over and over again. Now with repetition, you start to feel like you're in a loop. And you lose track of time, and it feels like you're wasting time even though you're doing something at all times, if that makes sense. Now, if the thing that you're constantly repeating is something that you love, then, it probably won't get boring. It's cool. But for us, this this wasn't it. We were serving chicken.
Long 8-hour shifts kept feeling longer and longer. And on top of that, you deal with so many people within a day that it was virtually impossible not to come across a rude customer with a stick up their ass. My urge to use that bat under the counter grew stronger every day. Sometimes I just fantasize, just waiting for the day someone spaz so hard so that I could unleash the wrath of the Titans upon them. Truthfully, I didn't even want to use the bat.
It was understandable. Every 9-to-5 job feels like this after a while, but it started, being the small things that get to you. Like, it's never the big things that push you over the edge. It's always, the little things.
Whether it was packing the rolls, who even eats those? Seriously.
Or the constant Uber alerts going off. I still have PTSD. Shit. It got to a point where the paychecks just didn't even excite me anymore. Like, oh, look, my paycheck. Oh. I just suffered for, a couple hours, but hey, it's all good.
These were just minor complaints. Now, if you'd ever worked before, you'd know the real reason anyone ever quits their job is due to other people. In our case, all our coworkers were awesome, really made us feel welcome, but no. No. We're referring to the entitled customers. Like, for example, alright, so the way our job was set up, it was like, we'd be behind the counter, we'd ring up people, all that stuff, take the card, and then we'd turn around and there was another counter behind us with all the chicken and stuff. You'd have the breast, the thighs, the wings, the legs, all that good stuff. And then the side dishes would be on top. So the chicken naturally would sit out there because, the chefs were making it or whatever. Cool. Nothing wrong with that. But then every now and then you'd have a customer who'd be like,
no, I don't want that chicken. I want fresh chicken.
And then, every time I would hear that, a piece of my soul would be snatched out. Because naturally, a chain reaction would occur. So now everyone was gonna ask for fresh chicken. Mind you, the chicken would be fresh. People didn't even really care. They weren't thinking for themselves. It's just the fact that someone said it. So now everyone wants to do it. This would cause arguments and also back us up 30 minutes because now everyone's waiting on fresh chicken that the chefs have to cook and there's really no need to cook it. Or when a person with no business being there came in for one item and then they couldn't even afford it. Yeah, let me get the mac and cheese. Which, by the way, so good. I just thought I'd throw that in there. It was really good. Seriously. Alright, back to the story. Yeah, of course, sir. Will that be it today, sir? No, that's it.
You're broke!
Sir, it's saying your card declined. If you want, I can try again. Yeah. Try it again. Okay.
I'm dead!
It's still declining, sir. We'll try it once more, but wipe it off the scanner this time. Yeah, I got you. No problem.
You've killed me! Relinquished!
It's still not working. Hold on. Let me just call my girl to check my account real quick. I know what have it in there. Yeah. I'm at the chicken place. I'm trying to get the mac and cheese, the chicken, the wings. You know what I'm saying? It's not going through. Hey, don't talk to me like that. I know. I spent it on weed. That wasn't the point, though. No. It wasn't. It's not we are not having this conversation. Damn it, woman! Will you just check the account and put the money in for me, please? Lord Almighty. All right, bro. That should do it. Sorry about the hold up, kid. No. it's fine. Fine. Here we go.
Bling blow, you're broke.
Well, that is odd. Maybe if you do a little spin. You mother.
Call-ins, man. Now, let me tell you what. Matter of fact, I could explain to you why I don't like call-ins. But let me just give you the examples. Hey, how can I help you? What time y'all stop catering? 11. All right, cool. I'm gonna call back at 11:45. Hey, how can I help you? Yes, can I get a ma'am? I can't really hear you. Hey, turn the music down. Hey, shut up, cuz. It wasn't even me.
My personal favorite, indecisiveness. Yeah, let me get the oh yeah, that's what I'll get at the let me get the mac in. No, wait, hold on. I take that back. Make up your mind. You should already know what you want before you come in. If you're a regular, granted, you might be a new customer, so you don't know the menu yet. Which, to be fair, I guess is alright.
No. Fuck all that. No, you remember that Jamaican dude? Man was sitting there giving me the desk there talking about some rice. More rice? Dude, what? Looking at Josh like, bruh, you know what I'm gonna do to this man? I'm like, bro, I'm gonna choke you out right here in front of your little daughter, cuz. You know what I'm about to
Don't worry, guys. He wasn't gonna beat on that dude in front of his small daughter. I had everything under control. Chill out. So needless to say, walking into work had us like,
I hate it here. I want to go home.
yo, so I remember one time our boss let us off early and we ran to the whip. We full sprint as fast as we could, just book into the car. And then when we got in, we just started laughing. The entire drive home. Like, we were flat out geeking. You don't get it. Like, no lie, it dead ass went like this. Oh, a fresh chicken?
Stop here. Bro, you was sitting there dying, bro. I don't even remember we were laughing at, bro. Like, when we got home, we were just sitting there for a good 15 minutes, bro. Just dying.
Anyways, let's get into the story. So I remember it was either a Friday or Saturday, our busiest days of the week. How do I know this? Because it had to be. Like, it was a straight war zone this day. It was just crazy in there.
Like, in order to even tame those heathens, you had to go Super Saiyan. God.
So it was us and our good man Silas, who was also on the clock this day. So between customers, cleaning, the phone calls, refilling the drinks, and handling Ubers, the three of us stayed pretty busy.
Mind you, We stayed open until the AM. So everything was going smooth, and we were around the last 2 hours for the night.
And for whatever reason, your boy was entrusted with the keys to close up for the night. The manager dipped out, leaving us there by ourselves. Cool. Oh, and it was winter, so we were allowed to wear what we wanted to keep warm, in case y'all were wondering why I didn't animate us in uniform. Yeah. So it's packed out, and everyone's playing their part. You know, someone probably on the cash register, another person preparing the food, followed by the third person bagging the bags. The setup of the elites, as we called it. So we noticed this lady walk in, but we didn't think much about her. After all, all the amount of people we saw in the day was crazy, and you know what I'm saying? It was just a lady. We see ladies all the time, and she looked pretty normal. Nothing stood out for real. Nice black lady. All right. She was average height, brown skin, long dark hair. She couldn't have been older than 26 for real, but like I said, nothing really stood.
So eventually she makes it to the register and, order something small, like one mac and cheese. It was something extremely small. And then she sits at the stools that are right in front of us, So after a good 30-40 minutes pass by, which feels way longer because it's getting close to the end of the night, she's still sitting there, I don't, and smiling too. I don't know why she was smiling, but anyway, it's real quiet. We got everybody out, we're doing our thing. And she slowly walks towards us, smiling still, and I'm just oh God, what's about to happen?
And she asks us how we're doing and what time we get off tonight. We respond we're closing tonight. And before we could fully finish our sentences, she cuts us off. And then she asks, she's like, "Are you happy?" So I'm at this very moment, I'm on the clock, so not really. But in general, yeah, I'm pretty happy. Silas is yeah, I'm chilling. Life's life. Can't complain. And I don't even think you answered, bro.
I knew it was going bad the moment she goes, "I see a lot of potential in you guys."
And then she pauses. And she's like, "Are you saved?" I didn't know where this was going at this point, or what she meant, so I try to muster up a BS response maybe? What exactly do you mean? And she's like, "Are you saved by our great Lord and Savior, of course? You're a Christian, right? You do believe in God, don't you?" So by this point, I'm fully aware what's going on now. I remember looking at Silas and Reek, them looking back at me, and I could tell we were all thinking the same thing. This is about to be some bull.
Let me ask you something. Are you guys happy? Now me, I'm what? I look at Josh yo, am I happy? I don't know. The way she asked it was weird. And then she's talking about are you guys saved? I'm is she asking me if I'm sexually active? What is she talking about? I'm lost, bro. I am confused. I don't know where this is going. And then she says, "Are you guys Christian?" And I'm oh man, she about to I'm oh no. And that's when this lady looks at us right in our souls. And she says, "Well, you know where you're going, right?" And then she points down at first I didn't know what she was pointing at, but you get the gist of it. It goes, mm-hmm. And I'm okay. Bro, did she just tell a couple of kids that we was going to hell? What? So I'm just thinking, I'm processing it. And after she leaves, I look at Josh and Silas and I'm bro, She really just nicely told us that we're going straight to hell, bruh.
Yo, this lady just told us we was going straight to the inferno, and now she's trying to give us her number. She's like, yeah, here's my number. You know what I'm saying? You can call me anytime you want. I don't care what time it is. It can be 2, 3 in the morning. Just call, like, you know what I'm saying? And really, she asked for our numbers first, but we weren't trying to give it up, so she gave us her number. But then, you know, more people start coming in because it is a fast food place, always getting customers or whatever. So Reek starts like inching over to the cash register. Like, I knew this man, I knew he didn't want to be in this conversation.
I don't even like helping customers. Like, that's the last thing I want to do. I don't know what happens when they walk in that door and become a customer, but they just have no common sense at all. Like, when there's no food available and they have the nerve to ask, well, what am I waiting on? But in that moment, I was just relieved.
So the conversation goes on a little longer, you know, not trying to start an argument or be rude, because customer service was our boss's, you know, number one mentality. So I just agree with everything this crazy lady's talking about. Customer service Wade in the buildings, ladies and gentlemen. You feel me? With assist by Silas by my side. And may I just mention, Silas being next to me didn't help too much. Honestly, his facial expressions were just making me want to just bust out laughing. But in that job, whenever someone got spazzed on or anything, we just stand next to our coworkers all squatted up. And for whatever reason, it felt empowering. Like moral support, I guess. Anyways, so eventually we're able to wrap it up and she just leaves. Before walking out the door, she's like, and don't forget to call me, sweetie. Stay blessed. Oh my God.
So the moment she left, we didn't really have time to process like what just happened. You know, we're working at fast food, you know, you gotta get back to stocking, all that type stuff to, you know, get ready for the next rush.
So an hour passes, you know, same old, serve the chicken, deal with the customers, all that good stuff. And it was almost time to close, and the phone starts ringing. Usually we take turns, and I believe it was Silas's turn, but I was feeling rather generous on this time, so I was like, I got you, bro. Then I instantly regretted it. Like, I definitely should have just let him answer. Thank you for calling our establishment. How may I help you? Conversation. Hey, how you doing, sweetie? This. I'm doing good. You? I'm great. Really, just blessed, honestly. This lady's way nicer than most customers. Phew. Lord knows I needed it on a crazy night like today. Is this the young man I gave my number to earlier? Right? Oh, no. Bruh. It was the crazy lady. Hey, how you doing, man? I couldn't lie because we had already told her earlier we closed tonight. Is she really calling back? What could she want now? Oh my God, I just want to go home. And then Silas looks over with that look like, bros, you good? He's like, I'm so glad you picked up. It's really a blessing. And she's like, so you remember what I told you earlier, right? And I'm like, yeah, of course. And she's like, I'm serious. You can call me, like you have my number. Just call anytime you feel like it. Like, I don't care what time of the morning it is. You can call about anything. I don't care what time. It can be about anything, really. Like, you can call me at 2, 3 in the morning if you really want. Like, I will always be there for you. You know what I'm saying? And and if you want, you can like maybe come over if you're interested. Would that be something you're interested in? So by this point, I'm like, yo, it seems like this chick wants a little more than just to teach me Bible study. But I still want to be professional because she was a nice lady, I guess. So I'm like, oh yeah, for sure. But it's really crazy in here right now, so I gotta go. thanks for the talk. Like, seriously. Bye. So I get off the phone, and then I tell Reek and Silas what just happened. And they're standing there like, bro, what? So after that conversation, we just proceed to finish our last moments at work, and then we get ready to close the store for the night. And then we went home to get ready for the next day. That was that.
The next day, I don't know, work was work.
So a few months later, we end up quitting the job, realizing that working all day, every day, was affecting our elevation towards the brand, our real work. Because he who works all day has no time to make money. Remember that.
Now, even though I didn't really like it towards the end, it was good that we worked there. Matter of fact, it was great that we worked there. And we had that opportunity to, one, grow our people skills, deal with certain situations, when you're under pressure, and, communication skills, which is something that you should try to work on in general in life, especially if you're trying to, work in business and, be successful. But the biggest thing we took from it was, humility. And, stepping into somebody else's footsteps and trying to understand, that, you shouldn't, like, don't yell at don't yell at somebody working there. Like, there's no point. So, moral of the story, the most valuable thing that we have in life is time. When you spend that time, you can't get it back. Now, you can spend that time how you want. You can spend it with loved ones. You can spend it having fun, doing the things that you love to do, or you can do the opposite. But all I know is I'm not spending my time being miserable. That's not the move.
Because the worst thing we can do forever is trade time for money. Second, you shouldn't try to force your views onto anybody. More often than not, it only succeeds in getting that person to do the exact opposite of what you were trying to get them to do in the first place. Everybody has their own belief system, and that's perfectly fine. Too often, people are disputing and arguing over stuff that's not going to matter or improve their quality of life. Something too many people fail to realize. Because in the end, no one truly knows everything. And I get that the lady thought she was trying to help us, but the way she delivered it and her way of going about it only stopped her message from resonating with us. So I guarantee there's something in this life you enjoy that was made by a person who doesn't share every last of your ideals. And that's fine. Everything's about perspective. The cultures we grew up in may be great, but it's truly humbling how many are out there. So if you take away one thing from this video, it should be that there's beauty in different perspectives. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and fuck that Jamaican dude.
Stepping in some Louis, they be Christian. Diamond shining jewels, watch them glisten. Tryna take you on a cruise, that's the mission. Such legit, I ain't worried about the distance.